So the Ring of Fire mod, I downloaded it. I found out what's going on with it. So open the zip file and you'll see the vehicles folder is with a capital V. It's supposed to be lowercase. All you have to do is change that to a lowercase. Um, but it's a little more work than just renaming it, because you can't rename it in the zip. Or if you can, I sure as hell don't know how to do it. So what you got to do, you just make you a new folder on the desktop. For example, and you'll copy these or extract these or whatever into there. So now that if you open this, you'll see that this contains all the stuff, So all you got to do is rename it. Rename it to vehicles with a lowercase v. And then you re-zip it. So you take these two and you compress them together and name it the name of the mod, whatever the mod is, fire.zip. And then you can take that and go to the user folder. I'm sorry, not the user folder. You can go to the mod folder and put it in there where that one's at, because that one was the one I tested. So that'll make it load now in the thingy. Oh yeah, I gotta take it out of here. Okay, it's not in there. Alright. And make sure it wasn't in both places. Yeah, this should fix it. In fact, any of my mods should be fixed now if one does that. The ones that doesn't load, you know what I mean? Particle 31. They ain't fixed that particle yet. I'm gonna have to fix this damn thing. That ain't no fire. It's not a fire. It's not. It's not a fire. Yeah. But yeah, that's all you gotta do to fix it. But now there's another problem. The particle's not working, and it says it's number 31, and I know why. Because I looked at their stuff, and 31 is not there. For whatever reason. Maybe it's the version that I have here in this particular folder. But yeah, I've had this happen before. I don't know if it's something I messed up or if that's something they messed up. But I remember having that issue, and had to go into the... Let's see here, I'll show you. No, damn it, not that. Vehicles, I'm sorry, mods, fire.zip vehicles, fire. So let's look at the Lua. The Lua says all these nodes here shall have fire on them. And the one it's going to be particle number 81 and 31 and 51. So, yeah, so 81, 31, I'm going to rename this to a different particle that's got the fire or fixed the fire. Which is kind of strange because it's working on my version. If I go into here and I look it up, it's fine. Or maybe it's not. Nobody's looking for 31 in a while. There it is, right there. Alright, so it's looking for particle BNG Fireball Large. Now we got that name. We need to go look for that in the other one, the other file, the manage particle data. And if it's in there, then it should work. Particle Neil. See, this /T new particle. I don't know what the hell they were doing with this. I don't know if I did a typo when I was doing it or what, but it's in new particle instead of being in well, instead of being in this, get rid of that. Animate the texture. What's the texture for that damn thing? Let's see. Which one do they use for the big fire? I made some myself. Not sure which one would look better. That's my new one I made. Let's try mine and see. I don't know what one they use. I could figure it out, but I don't even worry about that. I just put mine in there and see how it looks. So we'll rename this to Art Shapes Particles. Where it's going to be. Not in the core anymore. And this goes down here. I don't know what the hell this is. I've never seen this particles nil before. I have no idea what that's supposed to do. Nil means without value, I thought. Nothing. It's like, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if I screwed this up or if this was something that, was a oversight when they made something recently. I don't know. I don't want to hope it's something I done. I'd rather it be something they did. That way I don't feel like I broke something. But it wouldn't be the first time I have broken this game. Had to reinstall it many, many times. Actually, one of the first times I had to reinstall it was for playing with the particle system. I told it to create a new particle, and I don't remember exactly what happened, but the damn game never loaded again. It wouldn't even load. So I was like, damn, what'd I do? I messed it up. I still don't see that fire. I don't got an error either. Huh, that's some crazy shit. Let me see if 31's in here. Should be. Actually, they should all be. Because I put them all in there. So that's 31. You don't see anything. So there's a reason for it. I don't know what it is yet. We'll have to find out. It's as if there's no image in there. But I see it here. Yeah, it's got colors. It's not opaque. It's got different sizes and times are fine. It has to be. It has to be that line in there doing whatever it's doing. Yeah, it's got to be. That's the only thing it can be. I mean, it could be other things, but it's the only thing I can think of it could be. And I'll pack this back up so that it's got the new particles in it with it after I get done with it. So actually, I would like to redo it completely. I just have not yet gotten around to doing that because I just was honestly waiting to get better at making things before I updated it again. Alright, what am I doing? Double checking this again and changing that name. I'm going to tell it to not use this here. Do not use it, my friend. It's not going to use it. Alright, let's try it again. That's all you can do. You can try it again and try it again, and eventually it'll work. That's how you do. That's how I figure shit out. Trial and error. Change something, load it. Change something, load it. Same way to reverse engineer something. Change one number in the Lua file. Or do one word. Just do one thing. I use ChatGPT to help you understand it. That's what I do. And change something. It may not change the first time you try it. You may have to change a few things before it works. But that's how you start figuring out what does what. Now I remember stuff like that more than I would remember reading it in some training manual or some shit. And we ain't got no damn fire here, man. You know what? Damn this shit. I'm going to just rename that son of a bitch. I'm going to rename it to one of these others that I got in here. That's the new waterfall particle that I made last night. That's part of a car. That's, well, one of the glasses I didn't use, I don't think. And I don't think I ever used that one either. That one is being used. That is my gravel. That is more glass. That is nothing. I guess we're going to use 109. 110 is leaves. Like, you go through the grass and you got leaves. I made them too, and all these I made here. This is arms. Yeah, it's arms. It was going to be arms. You can't see it in here, really. But, yeah, it's arms that when you hit the dummy, they fly off the thing. But for some reason, it's because it's additive. See? Now we got a bunch of arms. When you hit the dummy, they fly off. Need to work on the contrast or adjust the lighting. I just need lighting on, that's all. Yeah, so that's what I did. I was going to do heads and legs and other body parts that, or particles. So when you hit the dummy, they just all fly off. I mean, as a particle, not killing the dummy. We'll save. Let's go to 112. That's the blood that I made. See, I did this so like when it hits the ground, it looks as if it's actually hitting the ground and splashing. That's why I did it like I did it with the small than the large. Because if you do kind of look at it, if it's on the ground, actually, it doesn't look right in the sky. But if it's on the ground, it does look as if, especially if something's dragging something, it does look as if the blood is hitting the ground before it goes through the ground, but it actually is not. It'd be great if they had particle collisions like that, but they don't. Niagara does, though. Niagara is in the Unreal Engine. Got some more in here. Got 97. That's the glass windshield. Got 99, 98. I'm not sure what 99 is. 98 is... I made a lot of particles. That's a piece of tree that's also not using the damn lighting for some reason. Then we got 82. Because 81 is the last particle that came with the game. 82 is a spark that I made for when the car hits, asphalt, or the metal hits asphalt, or metal hits another car's metal. It creates a spark. And 83 or 84, I believe, is also a spark. 83. I got like 3 sparks. That is a piece of grill. Like the grill of a car. I don't think we ever used that one either. I didn't finish it. I probably forgot what number it was and just did a different one. That's another spark I did, and 80, what was that, 85? I forgot I got the number 88. That's a hunk of grass. You know, the car body slams into the ground. It makes a hunk of grass. But the more I look at this, it looks like a green turd, like at first glance, just because of the way it's got that shape. So I'd have to probably work on that a bit more. I think there's just one more in here. I think we've seen them all. Yeah. So what did I say? 10 something. 10. Man, forget which one it was. We. Damn it. 109. So 109 will be we'll try the new fire. Now we got to link. We got to close the game. We got to change the association. So all the ones that were 31 will be now 109. But I don't think I can. I gotta take it out the zip file to do it. A lot of particles. It's not so many. It's not so many part. It's not really so many how many particles it is. It's how much of the screen the particle takes up. Because it uses alpha, and if one alpha effect takes up the entire screen, you'll see that in your performance go down quick. So I don't think it's the number of them. It's, well, unless you don't got much video RAM, but it seems as if it's just how much of the area. You can take a particle like a fire and then tell it, like, well, when it shoots off the 4 times that it shoots it off, the last time make it super large, like ridiculously large, and you'll see it'll kill that performance. So now we'll put this back if we can, if it lets us. And then we'll reload. And we should be okay. I'll have to update my list. I got a list that I keep my new particles listed, what they are. If I can find the damn thing. There it is. So 109 is going to be new fire. No fire. So I have to look at this because I forget what I made already. I forget. Can't remember everything. Shoot, man. I need some of that pre-1932 Coca-Cola, you know what I mean? That's what I could really use. I think it's 1932. Well, shit, fire down, man. What the, what the blaze is going on here? We ain't got no particles, son. It ain't got any damn thing coming out of it. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. I know the particle. Maybe, you know what? That might be why using 109 has got a problem. It's probably why. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's probably it. That's why it's not in here. Or because the damn sizes are 0000, you're not going to see that. Or that the alpha's all 000, you're not going to see that. So as I'm turning these on, I'm thinking, okay, I should start seeing things now, but I don't. No idea what's going on with it. It doesn't make sense to me. Times. That was the times. It was the times that were causing the problem. Just for a moment, I'm going to tell it not to be the glow, just be the normal puff of fire. So we can get it right, because that ain't going to be right. And so that's another thing, too, when you got a lot of particles. So it's not really so much how many particles as it is how much of the screen they take up. Now, that's just what I think. I don't honestly know. I guess at things, and if it sounds good, then I say it. It's going to kill people's performance if you got a few of these spawns. So what we do is we tell it not to do so many. And now we're going to work on the other stuff. Theta min and max is the direction it goes. You can think of a clock, 12 o'clock being 0, and 6 o'clock being 180. So anything between 6 and 1, anything between 0, which is 12 o'clock, and 6 o'clock, which is 180 degrees, tells it the minimum and maximum angle that this thing can eject. So right now it's close to 0, 0. So if we wanted to shoot out like 3 o'clock, that would be 90. Like this. Now keep in mind, gravity's still affecting this thing. You'd have to have no gravity to actually see exactly what it's doing. Not 10 gravity, 0 gravity. See how it's shooting off to the side? Now I'm not sure what the ones up here. I must do. Just look at the preview. Don't look at the thing there. The preview is what we're looking at. So now we tell it to be from 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock. We put 0 here. And then it can shoot off like in a fan in that area. Well, let's see. There we go. 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And if you want it to shoot down, 180. If you want it to shoot all the way up and down, it'd be 180. That's a fan, basically. Right? So that's what those do. That's what they do. If you just want it to shoot straight down, you just put like 180, 180, 180, or 180, 180. And that's if we crank this thing down, you'll see that it starts to go around the clock. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Wait a minute. Well, that's the way I understand it anyway. And then, of course, you got the field variance. And that's basically if you were holding this in your... If this was a pole, like a stick, and it was shooting these particles out, and you stood right in the middle and held on to it, and then decided to turn around in circles, that's what the field velocity does, I believe. See, you're turning around and turning around and turning around. If you look to a top view, you'll see you're turning it around and turning around and turning around. And then the variance is the variance of that. If you have this all the way up too, it'll be more sporadic. But you don't have to put it at 360. You could do 10. It all depends on what you're making. I mean, these particles are very flexible, actually. They can do quite a bit. Pretty impressive system they got for them. I just wish they let us do the animated ones, if they fix that. The animated particles would be if a particle changes the photo each time it shifts to a different. Because a particle shoots out 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, and each time it's got a. You can pick the color that it's going to be. But keep in mind, it's more of a tint because the texture of the object already has a color, and it's fire. So you mix green and you mix blue and yellow, you get green. So this is more like tinting than it is anything. If you want it to be true to what it's supposed to be, then it'd be white. That'd be what it actually was saved as. And then if you want it to glow, then these take on different properties. Oh, also the amount of alpha is how much transparent it has. 255 being absolutely transparent. So you can have it start at 0 and then slowly be visible and then disappear at the end. If you have it disappear at the end, you don't get this shit here. So that's the good thing about that. You can also, if you do want all 4, you can tell the last one to be really 0, like small, infinitely small. So as it gets farther out, it just dissipates into a little bitty dangleberry thingy, just a little bitty ball. So you can do that too. The times, well, that's a little more difficult to explain. This is like a timeline, 0 to 1. If the total time is 1 millisecond, not that. Oh, I'm sorry. The life, 4.3 millisecond. So think of 4.3. Think of that like on a linear scale, like going left to right. You know what? I can probably illustrate it better. I'll just do this real quick. And I think I'll save this and I'll be done with this. So think of a time like say this is a timeline. And we'll average it to 4 instead of 4.3. So I'll put those numbers under here. It's actually 4 because it started at 0 instead of 1. See, you start it at 0 or 1. So, but that's only 4. So, yeah. So this is the timeline. And damn it. So now and that's 4 milliseconds divided by 3, or by 4 rather. God, I hate this goddamn program, man. 4 millisecond. Total time. Total time there. It's 4.2 milliseconds. And you know that's probably spelled wrong, but I don't care. Now, the times you set in that. 0.3.61. Where do you think they're going to lie in here? Well, I can tell you the first one that you saw, 0, would be here. 0.3 would be like 1/3 of the way, or 1/4 of the way. And this one be 4. No, damn it. 0.3. And that'd be 0.6. And that would just be 1. Well, that's all a bitch. There we go. Now, think about this. Each time that it makes it, it can be a different color. So you could have it start off, say, as red, and then at that time transition to white, and then at that time maybe you want to transition to pink or yellow, and then in the last one maybe you just want it to be in black. I don't know. So alright, and so then lastly you got the sizes. So we'll flatten this real quick, move this down. And then lastly, you got the sizes. So I'll just use one of these brushes here to illustrate. So you can have it start off, say, small, like how we got it in here. Let's do it like this so we can better illustrate this. So let's start with 0, 1, or 2 rather, 3 and 0. Make the last one so we can actually see it. Now it's hard to really see because they're so densely packed in there together. So I need to give it some acceleration so we can see better what it's doing. And let me change the theta stuff so it's just shooting one direction. Also, I got to tell it not to align particles. Alright, that might be too fast. Oh, and the field velocity variance. So now we got it shooting straight across. So you can think of that as, on this side, you can think of this as you can think of this as the timeline we just made. If I take a screenshot of that, and I come into here and paste it, right? 0, whatever I put, 2, 4, 1. Now you can change this. This is where it starts to get confusing when you talk about times, because you can change the timing so that, say, white happens immediately after red. I guess I should have made it so that I'd be a pain in the ass to do that. We'll do it anyway. It's for education purposes. So the first one's red. And then that goes to white. And that'll go to yellow. And lastly, black. And it'll transition from one to the other. Now, if you want to change it, say put 0.1 and put it like right here. Then what's going to happen is this one now will now start here. And here there'll be a big gap between white and yellow. So what'll happen is it'll start red and it'll almost immediately change to white. Well, shit. I got to reselect that damn thing again. So it'll be like that. Where's my colors at? Yeah, I said it's kind of pain in the ass. It takes a while to do it. Let's do this kind of demonstration. And so white will stay white extremely long time, and as it gets too near to yellow, it'll change like it normally does to the yellow. Right? So let's try that real quick. See if we can reproduce that in here. So what colors was it? Red, white, yellow, black. So we'll go back into here and we'll make the first one red. And then remember, this is tinting also, so it's not going to be exactly the right color. That shit, man, damn it. Hold on a minute. Move your ass out of the scene, man. You're interrupting my damn tutorial. You're still interrupting my damn tutorial. Damn it. Just delete the shit out of here. So, red, white, yellow, and what was the other one? Black. Now, since it's only tinting this, we probably would need a different image instead of this one that is just a neutral color. So that's what we'll do real quick. We'll just put a neutral color in there. Makes it a lot easier to understand. Just find one in here that's just like a white box looking thing. Maybe this bubble would work. Okay. Times. So 0.1. Remember what I said about that white almost immediately after red, and then a long space between white and yellow? Alright. Now we can make that longer or shorter depending on, what we're doing to explain things, but this would be good. It'll be enough to show you what I'm talking about. And so if you wanted to make the black start closer back, like say let me just select this damn thing like this. Be done with it. So if you wanted more of this type of configuration where black is more prominent than that, and then you got yellow, right? So if you wanted to shift it down a bit, then you would change the time to point or farther down in the timeline, wherever you want it to be. So if you want it to be about here, that'd probably be like a 0.7, just something in that ballpark, and that would go on the last one. So you can cut this thing's life really short as far as what it cycles through by just having 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. It'll all happen kind of quickly as far as the transition phase. Alright, so let's put that back where we had it. Let's go back to the original setting. Alright, now say you want one of them to be invisible, like yellow. You would make the alpha you'd make the alpha 0, but it's still not invisible. For whatever reason, yellow is hard to make invisible. But now, we did white and yellow. By changing the alpha to 0, then what you're going to get is something like this. Well, of course, you'll see the black. I should have used a different background color. So yeah, you'll see that, but then you won't see anything else other than what the red and the white's doing. What I'll do a lot of times for things, I'll have the first one start off, like for certain effects, so I'll have the first one start off damn near transparent, and then have it kind of gradually, do some different things. I don't know really what else I can tell you about this damn time thing. That's pretty much it. I mean, there's other things, but drag is, of course, how much it's going to hold it back from going its full potential length. Say 1,000 milliseconds, for example. Just to switch back to here, 1,000 milliseconds. You could redo this timeline and look at it like this. But then you have to make all that stuff really small. But my point is, that would be how long it lasted. And if it has like 5 drag, then it's only going to get to there. Right? Well, I didn't do these numbers, but just ignore that. So it'd be short. There's a lot of things with these particles. That's pretty much all I can talk about really right now. Let's get the fire fixed and save this mod and post a link to it or something. Alright, so let's get our fire. I don't know all the time how this stuff's going to turn out. I'll start messing with it and changing things and later come back and say, no, I don't want that. I want this. Oh, almost forgot. If you're using the glow, the blend style additive to make it glow, then what makes it glow brighter is the whiteness, closest to white that is. So if this was all white, let's change the time of day so we can kind of get a better idea what this is doing. So if they're all white, you see them at their full opacity. If they're black, they're invisible. See the first one, the second one, the third one, the fourth one. So that's kind of how it works. This isn't a good example. For whatever reason, it's not really sticking out much. That's times shit, wrong one. Sizes I want to do. To get that bloom to work, these have to be a little bit larger, so but it still isn't working great. There we go. There we go. So, if you want it to be invisible in the middle, then you can do that. You want to change color at the end. Remember, you're tinting, so you might not be able to get the exact color you want because it's got to take into account the color of the particle. So if you want to make something kind of look kind of weird, oh, if you want to use sliders like this, you have to go into your preferences because it's not set. And the user interface, I believe it is, yeah, enable use sliders in inspector. That is exactly what this does. That is a slider. Normally, by default, you have to type that stuff in. Oh, so what is he doing? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I'm not sure what I'm doing or where it's going. 126, 30, 360. 126, 30, 360. 126, 30, 360. Oh, 26, 30, 360. Eighty-three, 4.2. Oh, damn it. Shit. 83, 4.2. Uh, 0.11, 0.3. 0.11, 0.3, 11. 0.113. Shit, I fucking can't remember.